When it comes to SEO, content marketing, paid media, digital marketing in general, one of the biggest things that you need to learn is what are the most important keywords in your space. I don't care if you're an advanced website or you're just starting out, keyword analysis and competitive keyword analysis is something that every company needs to do on a continual basis. Hi everybody, I'm John Lincoln with Ignite Visibility, and today I'm going to tell you how to find the right keywords online and then how to do a keyword assignment. Okay, so the first thing that you want to do is start with some competitive analysis. So using a tool like SEMrush, SpyFu, you're going to be able to put in your competitors and find out all the different terms that they're ranking for online. That's going to break it down by how these things are trending by month, what they used to rank for, what they rank for today, what position are they in, 1 through 3, 4 through 10, and so on and so forth. And you're going to be able to get an idea of the entire universe of keywords that these competitors are ranking for. And then that gives you a great opportunity to start thinking about reverse engineering what they've already created. So if you're a newer person or somebody who's kind of middle in a space, you can go to your top competitor and find all the stuff that they're ranking for. When you're looking at what they're ranking for, you want to think about what terms are over 1,000 a month so that there's enough search volume that it really makes it worth it for you. What terms have buying intent? So what terms are ones that people are actually going to come in and convert, right? Because those are going to be the most important terms for your business. And we're going to talk a little bit more about different terms and where they fall in the process as we get further along. You're going to think about mid-funnel and lower funnel. So which ones are buying intent, mid-funnel, lower funnel? Because this kind of sets up the entire customer journey and how all these different things work together. Next thing that you want to do after you've done all this competitive analysis, you've looked at your top competitors, you've actually created a sheet. That sheet actually shows what terms that they have that have buying intent are middle funnel and lower funnel, and that are over 1,000 visitors a month. And you can also sort these things by how competitive the terms are as well. You're going to basically run some analysis on that and try to figure out what are those biggest ones that you care the most about that your competitors are ranking for. And then you're going to want to look at your own data, because what we're going to do next is we're going to look at what our competitors have and then what we have and kind of match the two up so that we can find the keyword gaps. So when you're looking at your own data, you're going to want to go into Google Search Console. That's going to show you all the terms that you're ranking for and then what your click-through rates are as well. And you can splice and dice these things in a lot of different ways as well. For example, you can check out another YouTube video I did on the keyword multiplier system, and that basically teaches you how to list a landing page and then find all the different terms that landing page is ranking for so that you can get that ranking for more terms. So that's also something you can do with Search Console. You also have Google Analytics data. So that's going to show you the terms that you're ranking for, but because there's not provided, you actually don't get as much data. Little trick, SEMrush now has a tool that will help you get rid of not provided so you can actually see all the different terms that are sending traffic to your website. It's a little wonky, you don't get the exact information, but there's a couple other ones out there that do a little bit better, but really it's just a little off. It's not 100%. And then you also, of course, want to look at your Google AdWords data. Now this is really important. You want to look at your AdWords data for yourself. So what are the top terms out there that have the highest return for you? So you make sure you're going after those in SEO, you're creating individual landing pages that work for SEO and SEM, and what are those longer tail terms that are also converting so that you can write blog posts on them, people Google them, they come in, they end up in your remarketing list. Also, to all my SEOs out there, all our search engine optimization organic people, I want you to keep in mind that these tools like SEMrush and SpyFu, they also give you Google AdWords data. And in a lot of cases, it's better to actually look at the Google AdWords data than it is the organic data, because if the competitors are spending money on the Google AdWords data, that means it's working. If they are just generally ranking for some terms, yes, it could be working, but we don't really know how much. We know if they're willing to pay for it, that it's probably one that's getting some good returns for them. So we talked about all this, and I did talk about creating a sheet a little bit, but what I want you to do next is create a sheet that lists your top 10, your 10 through 50 50 through 100, and then the rest. And that's by taking all this data together, right? So taking the competitive analysis, all those terms out there, right? And then also taking your data. And then what I want you to do is mark in that sheet if you have a landing page for it and if you're going after it or if you're not, right? So a lot of these ones in the competitive analysis, you're gonna find huge gaps, massive amount of keywords that you're not even targeting yet, right? So you'll have that on your sheet, and within your data, you're most likely, if you pulled it from there, you found an area that you are targeting and you do have a landing page for and you're going after, right? So take all that, merge it all together, put it in a top 10, 10 through 50, 50 through 100, and the way that you do that is by search volume. You do that by potential for conversions, right? So, you know, paid ads or people running paid ads on it. Do you have AdWords data? You know it's high converting. And then you can also do that in some cases if you want to get a little bit more granular based off of how competitive it is and how difficult it is to actually rank for that term. Because if it's less difficult, you might want to kind of work that into some of the marketing that you're doing. Now here's the next step, okay? The top 10 and then the 10 through 50, generally these end up being what we call landing pages or hub pages. So you're gonna make a specific page for this. You're gonna be working on this page over time. This is a super important page that you care a lot about. And when you're doing your reporting, you're going to want to be reporting specifically on these top 10 because they're gonna be the most important to the business. These are high conversion rates. You're making standalone landing pages. They really matter. Generally, it's the same through the 10 through 50 as well, especially as you build out the program, and especially if you're in a niche that has a lot of different keywords. Following that, you're gonna get into this 50 through 100 and then kind of the rest range, okay? And for those ones, for most businesses, unless they're a larger business, mid to enterprise, where they've got a lot of resources, they're focusing a lot on SEO, they wanna have 50 to 100, you know, page one rankings, which, you know, we do at Ignite, of course, and we focus on that, but not everybody has the budgets and stuff for that. It's all different scales for different companies is what I'm trying to say. What happens here is this generally turns into something like content marketing or a glossary of terms or a category, subcategory, or a directory, right? So you're not gonna put the same emphasis that you would on terms that have, you know, 50 to 100,000 visitors a month that have potentials to make or break your business as you would on some of these other terms. I'll give you just a quick example that comes to mind right now. Say you were coupons.com or you're a coupons website. This would be coupons, right? That would be a top 10 term that you care a lot about. Grocery coupons might be another one. And then in this longer tail, it might be Kroger's grocery coupons, 2 for 1 or something, right? And that would end up in a category directory type of section. Got me? Okay, so that's kind of how you're gonna break those type of things out. Now, when you do your reporting, and hopefully you're using a tool like a BrightEdge or, you know, an AWR or an SEMrush or one of these great tools out there that allows you to basically tag keywords by buckets, you can tag this as a tier 1, a tier 2, a tier 3, or however you want to do it. There's so many different ways to tag it, and that's actually what I'm going to get into next is another way that you can tag it. So you might want to be tagging it a couple different ways. One would be by the tier, but another is by the segment. Segments are very, very important, and they're also very, very important when it comes to looking at the keywords on your website, because a segment basically relates to a whole range of different pages on the site, and certain segments of websites can get hit and hurt by Google algorithm updates. They can get blocked by technical errors. They can get blocked on purpose. A lot of different things happen on websites on a segment by segment basis. So, you know, you might have a blog as a segment, you might have specific categories as a segment, and so on and so forth. So as you see here, another thing that you're definitely gonna wanna do is, as a next step, break your website up into segments. So an example here would be HP. You could have that as one segment. So all the HP electrical equipment that falls underneath this brand, such as laptop sizes, is something that you could keep an eye on so that you could know if it's going up or if it's going down, and if it's hurting, you know, the business or making the business better. Dell would be another one. But you can do segments in a lot of different ways. It could be, you know, by electronics is an entire segment. It could be by accessories is an entire segment. Coupon brands, it could be by types of coupons, it could be by printables, it could be, you know, and so on and so forth. So segments are really important, and for any type of keyword analysis or just understanding of keywords on a website, it's really important you break it down by segment, top 10, 10 through 50, 50 through 100, and the rest, and then you understand all of your data as well as the competitors out there. That is phase one. You got to put in the work, you got to put in the time so that this next part can be successful for you, and that's what I'm going to get into next in the second part of this video, the second edition, where I get into how do you do a keyword assignment. That's it for today. Check back soon when I get into how you do a keyword assignment, which is a really, really important thing in search engine optimization, content marketing, also plays a role in paid media, remarketing, has tons of different types of integrations in it. I can't wait to talk to you. If you like this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you next time.